Now, number 5, this one you can find on page 2. It's about graph of linear equations. You may be wondering, what is linear equation? A linear equation is any equation equivalent to one of the form. So either y equal mx plus b or y equal mx plus b or ax plus by equal to c. And b, right here, a, b, c, a, b, and c are constants. They are not variables. They are some numbers. Example of linear equations are y equal to 3x plus 1, so it is in this form, or 2x minus y equal to 0, it is in this form, constant times x plus or minus a constant times y equal to a constant, or y equal to 2x. This y equal to 2x right here is in this form. It is true when b equals to 0. Okay, so when b equals 0, you get this form. For this right here, is actually belong to this form. It's true when m equals to 0. You see that when m equals to 0, m times the variable x equal to 0. That means y equal to some constant. Then you will have y equal 5. And this x equals 0 can be this or this form. Probably more direct if it is in this form. Is when the constant b equal to 0 and the constant c equal to 0. Because b equals 0, right? b times the variable y, 0 times y is 0. So x equal to some number right here. Alright? So these are examples of linear equations. Right, let's start with example. Let me next page. So you can copy it first before I erase some of these. So here the example. Actually, next page. Oh, by the way, on page 3, there's the instruction to say to graph or a summary about how to graph a linear equation. I got that from the textbooks. You can read it. It kind of help you with when you try to graph a linear equation, like the procedure, the step, what you should do. So here the example. Graph y equal to x plus 1. To graph a line, you need to find 2 points. If you can find 2 points that on the lines, right? And you can find 2 points on the line, you have the line, because the line would go through the 2 points. Okay? So the goal is when you graph a line, you need to find at least 2 points. 2 points are enough. But sometimes it's good to find a third point just for the verification, because sometimes what if one of the first 2 points you obtain is incorrect? Then for example, if the first 2 points you obtain is somewhere here and the third point you obtain is here, so how do you know how to draw a line? Does it go through the 2 points or the 2 points? You see that? If you get all 3 points correct, guarantee the line would go through all 3 points. Okay? So I would recommend you, when you grab a line, find 3 points on the line. So how do we do that? We'll draw a table. So table X, this table here, this column is for X, this column is for Y. So you can pick any point for X, and then you substitute that value of X, 2X right here, and find the Y. So what number you want to put here? The easiest one is 0. So we can start 0. So you plug x equal to 0 to y right here, you get y equal to 0 plus 1, right? So what is y? Y equal to 0 plus 1 is 1. So if x equals 0, y equal 1. Let's write x equal to 1. If x equal 1, so what is y? You plug 1 to x, you get y equal to 1 plus 1. Simplify y equal to 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 here. And then you can find the third point. X equal to, let's say, you can pick any number you want, but probably pick the easy number so it's avoid the miscalculation. Let's substitute x equal 3. So x equal 3 right here. Y equal to 3 plus 1. Simplify, we get y equal to 3 plus 1 is 4. 4. Okay? So we have 3 points right here. Now, if you would like, you can write out what you found here as 3 order pairs. 0 for x, 1 for y. Remember this? We just covered earlier. 1 right here for x, 2 right here for y, 3 right here for x, first coordinate, 4 is second coordinates. Okay? So these are the 3 points. Now, we need the graph. That's what we're looking for. We need to draw x and y axis. You only use x and y axis when you draw an equations that have 2 variables, okay? For an equation with 1 variable, all you need is 1 number line, just 1 number line. You don't need the y axis right here. You don't need it. Just this for an equation with 1 variable. But for an equation with 2 variables, you need to draw the x-axis and the y-axis. It form a plane, 2D plane. Alright, let's plot each of these 3 points. Hopefully they are aligned to each other, that form an equation of a line. So first point is 0, 1. So on the x 0, you know where they meet is where both x and y is 0. So there's 0 here. Y is 1, so go up 1 unit. So the first point right here is 0, 1, okay? Second point, 1, 2. So on the x is 1 unit to the right, positive, and 2 unit up, positive, so go up 2 unit somewhere here. So this point is 1, 2, okay? So let's draw the third point, 3, 4. Positive on the right of x, 2 and 3. 3 for x, 4 is positive, so go up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 units up, which is somewhere here. So this point is 3 and 4. Do you see a pattern? So look like you did it correct, because these 3 points look like they're going to be on one line. So I don't have a ruler, but if you do, you can connect them all, and you should see that they are on a line. Okay. So this is how you graph an equation of a line by plotting. So I have one example here. Give you a minute to copy it. Or a second. All right. So next one, a graph. Let me take this out. So we're going to graph y equal to 1/3 x minus 4. Okay? So similarly, we plot by plugging values here. So let's start with x equals 0. Substitute this to y, we got 1/3 0 minus 4. Simplified, 1/3 times 0 is 0, minus 4. So y equal to -4. So when x equals 0, y equal to -4. Now let's see what happened when x equals 1. We have 1/3 times 1 for x. Y equal to 1/3. Substitute x equal 1. Subtract 4. Simplify, we get 1/3 minus 4. So we need to combine these two numbers. We know the least common denominator is 3, right? Because denominator of this one is 1, 1, 3. So least common denominator is 3. So we need to 4 times 3 over 3, right? Because denominator of 4 is 1. To get the least common denominator, 3, we need to multiply by 3, right? 1 times 3 is 3. So let me continue here. After that, you get y equal to 1/3 minus, simplify, you get 4 times 3 is 12 over 3. Okay, same denominator, you can combine the two fractions now. Same denominator, 1 subtracts 12. So 1 subtract 12 is -11 divided by 3. Okay, so when x equal to 1, you get -11 divided by 3. Okay, so let's see what happened when x equal 3. Substitute here, you get y equal to 1/3. X is 3, subtracts 4. Simplify. Oh, this is a good number. 3 on top in the numerator, divide by 3 at the bottom in the denominator, so they cancel out. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. Subtract 4. 1 times 1 is 1, subtract 4. So 1 subtract 4 is -3. So when x equals 3, we have y equal to -3. Okay. So to make space, I'm going to erase this part right here. So I'll give you a second to see it. All right, I'm going to erase this. We're going to graph this line. We can graph a linear graph or an equation right here after we found 3 points. Again, 2 variables. You need a plane formed by the x-axis and the y-axis. So we have the point right here. When x goes 0, y go -4. So 0 is where these two lines intersect. Okay. So 0 for x, -4 for y. So you go down 4 units. Okay. So x goes 0, y goes -4. X goes 0, go down 4 units. So this is the point 0, -4. Okay. For second point, now what is, you know x equals 1 somewhere here, right? It's positive, it's on the right. So x equals 1 is somewhere here. But what is y? Y is equal to -11 over 3. If you divide out, they're going to be like 3 and 2 9. this. If you divide 11 by 3, you get 3 plus 2/3. Yeah, negative 3 plus 2/3. So I can write here. This is equal to negative so it's negative 3 and 2/3. So when x equals 1, it's going down 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me make space. This order pair is in the way, so I move it to the left, okay? So 0, negative 4 for this point. So we have 1 going down 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and then 2/3 more. So 1, 2, 3, somewhere here. 1, 2, 1/3, 2/3. So somewhere here. So they're very close to each other. This point is 1, negative 11/3. And the last point we have is x equals to 3. 1, 2, and 3. And it goes down 3. So 1, 2, 3. Somewhere here. So this point is 3 and negative 3. Now, not bad, right? You see the pattern? If you draw one line that goes through these 3 points, it form lines. So again, this point is in the way. Let me move it up a little bit. So connecting all of them, you will have an equation of a line. Okay? That example, let's start another example. So make sure you copy that. So this example right here, graph 2x plus 4y equal to negative 12. Okay? Again, this is a linear equation, right? Either this form or this form. This time we're going to work on the second form. And to graph it, you can follow the same procedure. Find 3 points. Now, there are 2 different ways you can use to solve this. You can take this equation, solve for y to get this form. Remember, we learned how to solve for a one letter or a variable in the equation. So, one way you can do is solve this equation for y, then you have this form. Then you do the same procedure, find 3 points for x, and find 3y corresponding to the 3 value of x you selected. Or you don't have to. You can start from using this equation and finding the 3 order pairs. So let's start with the easy number, 0. Okay? And this time, to make it a little different, you can choose any number. Let's see, choose negative 1, 0, and 1. Okay? Just want to change a little bit. So when x equal to negative 1, you have 2 times negative 1 plus 4 times y equal to negative 12. Simplify. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 4y equal to negative 12. Then simplify further. You can add 2 on both sides. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0 plus 4y. Negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. 0 plus 4y is 4y. Negative 10